Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are y'all?
Good, I'm good. I see you got the crown on. I see
Yeah,
you.
I'm getting ready for my conference tomorrow.
Listen, I already know. So tell everyone who you are.
I am Jasmine McCollum. I'm a junior chemical engineer major from Tupelo, Mississippi. And so I serve as Miss Student Government Association.
So you're from Tuskegee, Mississippi, but you go to Tuskegee.
Tupelo.
Tupelo. I'm about to say, wait a minute. Like, I was like, wait a minute, Mississippi over here, Alabama over here. Wait a minute. so let me ask this. So what made you choose Tuskegee?
Oh my goodness, why not Tuskegee? Tuskegee is the love of my life. Since the moment I stepped on Tuskegee my freshman year, I mean, oh my goodness, Tuskegee treats me like family and it's home. Like, why not Tuskegee?
I love it. I love it. And I love Tuskegee because there's so much history. You guys in the SIAC, y'all actually beat. I went to Fort Valley. Y'all beat Fort Valley. 2017 SIAC championship. I'm never gonna forget that. But but it's all love. I love Tuskegee, and I definitely want to do more with Tuskegee, and that's why we're here right now. So let's talk about you being Miss Freshman. So you were Miss Freshman in the 2018-2019 school year. So tell us about that process.
Miss Freshman was a blur to me. It was such a great ride. It was a great experience. I ran on the platform of Pursuit of Excellence. I ran my in September, so it was like 2 months, like a month and a half into school, and I was like, oh, I want to be Miss Freshman. And then it was just a great experience. We had a great Miss Tuskegee at the time, and she took me under her wing and mentored me. And she also, we watched homecoming. I had different events. It was just great. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I have to keep doing this.
And I think it's important for the Miss Freshman to hear from this year. They didn't have that typical campaign experience. So what was it like on campus during that point? Like, just take us back in that time, because you have a lot of students that didn't get that experience.
It was completely different. I mean, I was nervous. I remember that time fresh out of high school. I've never been in a pageant, so I actually had to do a pageant. Campaigning lasted probably 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, that was the longest 2 weeks of my life. Campaigning, I held various events. It was like immersing myself into the Tuskegee culture, because I didn't know anything, not too much about Tuskegee culture. So I was really trying to learn, figure out my class, adjusting to being in college. The atmosphere on campus, though, oh my goodness, the upperclassmen like, you're running for Miss Freshman? You have to come with it. Like, you can't be, you can't be shy. You have to come with the heat. And then on top of that, the pageant, I had never been in a pageant, and it was 9 girls that ran with me. So it was a lot of us that ran, and overall, I resulted in me winning. I could not dance either. Oh my goodness. We had to do an opening number, and it was like 2 left feet. They literally put me in the back of the pageant because they was like, no, she can't dance. She can't get up there and embarrass us like that. So I was at the back, and so it was really good. I think my best advice for you is be yourself. I mean, no one can be you. No one can bring that shine that you have. So just be yourself.
Man, they tried to put you at the back of the pageant, but you still got the crown, man. You still got the crown, though. It didn't matter.
She told me after, she was like, oh, I just want to say you did a great job. I want to tell her, you know what, forget you. Forget you. You told me I could not dance. Like, they would make fun of me so bad because I can't dance. Like, I'm from Mississippi. Like, I can line dance, but I just can't dance.
See, like, I'm both. I can't dance and I don't dance. Like, but if I had won that crown, when I tell you I would have did like Michael Jordan did his Hall of Fame speech, I would have brought, man, listen, like, come into the coronation. I'm gonna give you a special seat at the front. Like, wait a minute, you gonna put me in the back. Right. Listen, this is not 1955. I'm not Rosa Parks, okay? Right, we're not doing that. You ain't gonna put me in the back. No. But, like that, like I couldn't. If you better than me, I could have done it. You very mature. So you handled that well.
Time because once I came out, I was like, and I am contestant number 2.
It gave you that energy.
Yeah.
I feel it.
I was not gonna let them get me, and I had not been a pageant, so everybody was like, oh, she's not gonna win. She don't know how to do anything. I came out there with my floppy hat, looking like a Southern belle.
I love it. I love it. So, you know, you had that experience where, you know, you ran against 8 other women and then you won. They had to do a pageant. A lot of schools for their Miss Freshman, they don't do a pageant. So I want to ask you this. So how did that Miss Freshman experience aid you in your other student leadership positions, such as Miss SGA?
Miss Freshman gave me the confidence to be in a room, to feel as though I'm adequate regardless of experience. Miss Freshman really gave me the skills to be able to communicate and have make genuine relationships, because at the end of the day, you're representing your friends, you're representing your classmates. So you have to be able to communicate with them and understand where they're coming from so you can represent them and actually make things change. Because Miss SGA, I think, is a different type of position because you're actually on SGA. So the things that you hear, you know, you have to correlate what you hear from the girls and be like, hey, don't forget about us ladies now. Like, don't forget about us. Like, you know, we're going through this. So you really have to be able to be confident in that area and then be able to effectively communicate. So I think Miss Freshman really gave me that maturity and grew me into a person that I could just stand on my own and have that confidence. So the pageant is actually a good thing because you get public speaking skills and things like that. So
I love it. So let's talk about Ms. SGA. So, you know, I speak with so many student leaders from different schools, and we just did a FAMU election takeover. And, you know, one of the candidates in that FAMU election, they were the Secretary of State for the SGA, and that's essentially the face of their SGA. And I was like, wow, you're the face SGA, and they want to be the face of the Royal Court. I said, you smart. All right. So, and I had people hit me up like, hey, that's actually a great idea to have someone that serves as that face where the SGA president can sort of just be that legislative person. So when I asked you about, you know, what Ms. SGA is, you said that you represent the women on campus, you operate as the face of SGA, but you plan to execute the Women's Empowerment Conference, and also you're advocating for women within legislation. So walk us through what Ms. SGA is in a broader sense and why it's important on the campus of Tuskegee.
So we do have Miss Tuskegee, and Miss Tuskegee, she does make effective change, and she is the face. But as Miss SGA, you're more so when there's policies that come up and they're one-sided, because, you know, we have to have diversity. So I do have a counterpart as well, Mr. SGA. And so we bring those needs that are not always heard when your president is a male or your president is a woman. And so you're not able to get that, get those point of views. So as Miss SGA, I'm here for the campus. So the girls, we've had various events. I do forums where they can tell me what are the problems you're facing. So now I'm in SGA and I'm here with Board of Trustee members, or I'm here with the Vice President of Student Affairs, and I'm telling them, this is what our girls are going through. This is what we need to make happen. And I come out with detailed plans and things to make those effective changes. So Miss SGA, she does a lot. Like, I mean, seriously, before I even got into Miss SGA, I didn't even realize how much this role demanded of you, because it's really like being SGA president but pretty. Like, no, I don't mean to say it like that, but it's literally like being SGA president, but like for the girls, like, but because they come to me and they're like, Jasmine, I just feel like we need more security around the dorms, or I feel like we need they were like, we want one-on-one talk with people so we can tell you our experience. And they're looking for me to bring that to legislation to get that approved and push for it. So it's tough.
So we're gonna clean it up a bit. Like, being Miss SGA is being the SGA president with a crown. Okay, we're gonna clean it up a bit.
But don't tell my president. Don't tell Stan I said that.
Oh, not like it's all good. It's all good. But I love it. I think that position is so important. Like, because, you know, you see at a lot of these HBCU campuses, the female population is the largest population. So to have two different, of course, multiple representatives, but you have your SGA president, your Miss Tuskegee, and your Miss SGA that are advocating for the women on campus. Then you have a Mr. SGA. That's a great structure. So do you do any collaborative events with Miss Tuskegee?
Yeah, so we actually bring in the freshman girls with our annual royalty. So basically, this is a partnership between us where we basically give them advice from our positions and then also tell them how to maneuver through Tuskegee and tell them that, you know, here we're here for you. So anything you need, we're here to make it happen. And I kind of give them the SGA structure to it, and she gives them the Royal Court structure to it. And we just merge those together and make a great turnout. That was started with our 89th Miss Tuskegee, and it's been an event that has been great ever since.
So what is the difference to you between Rural Court and Miss SGA? Because on Rural Court, here's one thing I know about Tuskegee is that the SGA and the Rural Court, like, don't y'all both walk at the games? Even though it's not the games now, but don't y'all walk at the games together?
Yes, we do. So I would say the main difference between Miss SGA and Mr. SGA with Royal Court is more so you're actively working with legislation. So Mr. and Miss Tuskegee, they bring their point of view, but as SGA, of course, you're student government. So you're bringing government policy. So I'm advocating for, okay, say we have a policy about sexual assault or something of that nature. I would be advocating directly for that if there was a problem with that. So it's more so directly changing policy.
So how do women on campus become Miss SGA? So is it a thing where you got to run, you got to have a platform? Is it another pageant? Were you in the front this time? What's it like?
So Miss SGA, because it's more so like, it's not really about, I guess, the beauty and the more so of how you connect with people. It's more so about how well can you effectively plan a conference, how well can you sit in board meetings. So you're actually appointed. You'll go through an interview process with the SGA president at that time and their cabinet members, and they will basically vote on you and appoint you into the position if they see you're best fit for that role.
I love it. I love it. So I got to ask you this. So what do you want to do post like college? What do you want to do after Tuskegee? Like what's your career path?
So I am a chemical engineer major. I've interned with Procter & Gamble for this will be into my second year with research and development. So I'm really big into research, and I actually want to start my own skincare line for hyperpigmentation skin. So me growing up, I grew up with acne, and which resulted in acne scars. A lot of products that I use just didn't work for me. The natural remedies don't work, and I wouldn't bleach my skin because I think I love my skin color. So I really want to dive deeper into that research and understand the our complexion and the complexity of our skin. So
basically, you Madam C.J. Walker with a crown. I see you.
You know, I like Madam C.J. Walker is my girl. Like, she inspired me. I love her.
I love it because I wanted to ask you that because, like, what I hear from the Miss SGA title is very much politician. It's giving politician, you know. It's giving. It's giving. I'm the next Vice President Kamala Harris. That's what it's giving. I guess it's not giving that for you.
I didn't say that. You said that.
I definitely said it. I definitely said, like, you listen. I'm thinking you about to be the next president, but you about to be a billionaire. Making a skincare. I feel you.
You better speak that billionaire, because you know I want to be a billionaire.
I'm speaking, and
I have to come back and invest in my school, so I need all
right,
the money.
Right, man. Listen, we need to like Tuskegee needs that money. Like our HBCUs need that money. I know that one thing for me is that in general, you know, if or when I become a billionaire, millionaire, whatever I do, gotta get back to HBCUs. And the first thing I'm pouring into is the mass comm department. Like that's the mass comm department. That's gonna be my baby right there. That mass comm department to get people going. So I want to ask you this then. So you about to be a billionaire. So we gave you $1 billion. So what department are you donating to, and what are you doing with that $1 billion?
I am definitely donating to the chemical engineering labs. Our labs on campus are they're not the best, and I would say they could be better. There's a lot of cutting edge technology that needs to be here at Tuskegee because our students are brilliant. I mean, our chemical engineers here that we are developing are absolutely amazing. And if they had that technology and those equipments to use, I think we could cure cancer in Tuskegee. Like, I mean, seriously, like, these facilities, if updated and renovated, oh, we would wreck the game. We would change the whole game out here.
I believe it. I believe it. So let's transition into A Woman Like Me, the Women's Empowerment Conference that you're doing. So tell us about how that came about.
Oh, that's my baby. I have been working on this conference for a year now, and I can't believe that it's actually coming into fruition. Like, it's tomorrow. But I had a mentor, the previous Miss SGA, my freshman year, Alexis Johnson. I was serving on the women's conference of last year, and I was like, maybe I want to do this. You know, I think I want to get my feet wet in SGA. I hadn't served on in a position since freshman year, so I was like, it's time. So she mentored me, and she was like, I believe in you. I think you can do this. And I was like, you think so? And she was like, yes. So she was like, this is what it takes to be Miss SGA. This is what we do. So if you can do this, I'm behind you 100%. And then A Woman Like Me happened. A Woman Like Me actually came from the Rihanna album, A Girl Like Me. So all of my seminars are like Selfish Girl, We Ride, SOS, are all from that actual album, but it's translated to what we face as college students. So I've been talking to my friends, and I was like, hey, what do you think, like, Black women, what do you think our biggest problem is? And of a lot of us, we're not selfish in what we want. We'll put other people before ourselves. We'll let relationships taint our goals and our aspirations, and we never follow through. And so I was like, okay, selfish girl. We should be selfish girls. So I want a speaker that can tell me, you know, I did this, and this is where it got me to, and this is how I did it. So then I was like, well, then now that's the case, we need to talk about some relationships here, because, like, you know, we have to, Black women, we feel like we have to make the home and things like that. So I was like, okay, we ride, because we always the ride or die chick, that stigma that we have to be ride or dies. I feel like that's just, we need to break that, because you don't have to put yourself through that to have a healthy relationship. So I found a speaker, and she's going to speak on that. And then, my keynote speaker, oh my goodness, I actually wanted Rihanna. I was literally like emailing Rihanna.
I feel like you were speaking of Rihanna. I thought you were speaking her up.
Well, I want her, like, if you know Rihanna, send it to my way, because we can add another hour for Rihanna. But I tried, but I was unsuccessful. But I was able to get a great speaker too, Dr. Jackie Walters. And it's really great, because she's going to speak on the disparities and basically the disproportionate rate of Black women dying in the ER from medical complications. And so I just think that she's, you know, that just brings my whole vision in to see a woman like me. So these are Black women that are influential in their communities. And so it just brings my whole year that I've been, you know, my different events, Tuskegee leading ladies and all that stuff, bringing it all together and for one day to put on this hybrid conference. So.
I love it. I love it. Like, I think you're amazing. You over here, you doing it up, Queen. I see you, Miss SGA. I see you over there at Tuskegee. I heard about the women at Tuskegee now. Amazing people. I heard about y'all.
You can't play with my Tuskegee ladies now. We don't play.
I'm already knowing. Listen, I'm knowing. So listen, so I want you to tell everyone how they can register for the conference, because I hope it's not too late. I think some people from HBCUs might want to pull up. So tell us about the conference and how we can register for the conference.
So registration is open. So registration, you can go to the link in my bio and just type in your name, your email address. It'll send you, make sure your email address is correct, because it'll send you the link. I will be posting the link, the actual link to the conference the morning of. I was trying to gauge to make sure we had enough room on Zoom. We have now reached 350 participants. So I was like, hey, Tuskegee webinars, hey, can you open this up? Because I'm not going to be able to hold everybody, but I am so open to everyone coming. It is not just for Tuskegee women. I wish everyone could come in person, because the atmosphere, when you see it, it is so beautiful. My committee, my Miss SGA and co have been working so hard, and it is so beautiful. I just cannot wait for you guys to see it.
I love it. I love it. So 300 people, you've done your thing. I'm glad we're able to get you on. And yeah, I wish you the best. I definitely want to speak with you more to see what more you're going to do, because you're making it happen. I see.
I got some cooking.
Okay. Listen. I keep the cooking and take it out the oven at the right time. You gotta be right.
Right. I just
Gotta be
thank
right.
you so much for this opportunity and bringing more, coverage to Tuskegee, because there's a lot of great women on this campus, a lot of great students, and I don't want it to just stop with me. I wanted to start with me and continue on. So if you love me, you'll definitely love them, because they are absolutely amazing, and they're the reason I do what I do.
Trust me, like I got some stuff cooking too. Just know Tuskegee, we got something coming. Like I'm so serious.
Okay.
When I say something, I don't be playing. Got stuff coming for Tuskegee. I had some great conversations this week.
Yes. And HBCU Pulse, I'm under the Pulse administration too, so.
I know. I heard about that. The Pulse, so basically we cousins at this point.
We're cousins, first cousins,
At this point, but it was so amazing talking to you. And I wish you so much success, and I can't wait to hear just about how the event went. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. Y'all have a great afternoon.